Alright, hi everybody, it is the Evil King of Anime Versus, aka Bankai922, here with episode review of So I Can't Play H Episode 3. This one was called Iria, the Idol. Pretty much what went down in this episode, we get the conclusion from last week's episode where she was trying to find people with special interests, special abilities, so she can check their, energy level. Sarah, and apparently in this episode, his friend, Ryosuke's friend, and unfortunately, I forgot her name. Yeah, I forgot her name. But his friend, I believe her name is Mania. Specifically forgot her name. Lost track of it. Anyway, she knows that Sarah is a Shinigami and everything and all a little bit. So she decides to help her in her quest to find this special subject and find him or her, whatever it is, and find it and to have it, to get it for the Grimwald, thing. So what they find out is from this one student who was talking bullshit, talking about breast sizes. It was really ridiculous, very itchy, is of this idol named Iria, and she, supposedly she's got like a huge fucking rack. It's like not even funny. So what ends on happening is they're gonna go see her and confirm if her rack is 92 centimeters or something. But anyway, moving right along. They make this deal with the student, and if she's wrong, then Lissar will be able to shake her hand, determine her energy levels. When they are on their way to go see this person, go to this idol, they find out that Ryosuke's friend, and excuse me, I forgot her name. Sidetracked and forgot her name a little bit. She's made a contract with the character we saw last week, Lasara's sister, Rikyu, from last week. And apparently she's still in a form of contract with her, and so forth. And this childhood friend of Ryosuke's, she obviously loves him to a degree and cares for him deeply. So that's why she's doing it. She's doing to make this contract with Lasara's sister because so she can be just like Ryosuke, which kind of stupid, but whatever. Anyway, that's the whole her reason. So they end up going to meet this idol, and he's all excited and everything, blah blah blah, and he gets her to sign his like autograph, his piece of paper for her and for him. And what ends on happening is Lasara, she uncovers her scheme, so to speak, her scheme about it, and she's like, confronting her, and then everyone leaves because it gets dark and shit. And what ends on happening is Lasara then fights Iria. And believe it or not, Iria has some baggage, apparently history. She's a Shinigami as well, apparently. And she's going to now fight Lasara. And supposedly Iria was, she was number 2 in the school that they went to, while Lasara was number 1 in everything. So she's like her rival, so to speak. And from this, we induce that they're going to fight. So, and yeah, they basically start fighting and everything, and it seems like Lasara's got the upper hand in the fight. And the entire time she's fighting her sister, Kuriru, she's like, she's going completely out of the blue, crazy, like hinting hints to Iria of her weaknesses and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is this called? And so during this entire time, Ryosuke's getting googly-eyed over Iria while Lasara is fighting her. So it's becoming this part where Lasara is losing the fight. It's like there's this one crazy part where Lasara tries to, she uses her Shinigami powers, and her powers are just derived from flames, supposedly. And she tries to hit her, and she can't because she's losing energy. And what ends on happening there is she pushes her back, and she actually pulls off a big attack, Iria, and she's knocked down completely. And at one point, Ryosuke's trying to give her his energy to her, perverted energy, but she ignores it. And then we get a scene with Ryosuke, apologize again, Ryosuke's childhood friend saying, oh, if I was in her shoes, I wouldn't want that either, because of the fact that she wouldn't want to accept it because he's getting it over. He's getting a hard on supposedly from Iria and not Lasara. Then he does this epic kind of crazy speech about how he's basically saying how, you know, every girl is a treasure and everything, and that should mean that, you know, that you should feel pride in what you have, and so on and so forth. And that's when she takes his energy in, and she's able to overcome Iria and supposedly knock her out. And the thing is, I got a little confused with this show because I thought that Lasara's sister was really evil, so to speak. But apparently, that's not the case. She's not really evil. I mean, she is and she isn't. So you're starting to see a excuse me, a pattern, a big pattern happening here with this harm that's developing, kind of. And after the whole battle's over, we get a scene with I'm trying to think now. Do we get a scene? I'm trying to see what else happened. Oh yeah, we get a no, I forgot. We get a scene with this eerie character laughing about the energy. So obviously there's another, the villain of this show is nearby, and we're getting an insight of him, of the situation. So, and that's more or less what happened in this episode. We get a preview for next week's episode, and it basically entails Iria going to the school and like stepping on Lasara's toes, saying, "Oh, I'm going to take him," and so on and so forth. And as you can see, you see a picture of Lasara there. Not Lasara, Iria. That's what she looks like. You know, this episode though, I think I'm gonna give a 3.5 out of 5. It was okay. It was pretty good. A lot of itchy stuff. You're gonna see a lot of itchy stuff in this show. I think this show though has a kind of weird feeling about it. I don't know what it is, but it's got a very strange feeling, and I like this show. I really do. It's got this vibe. It's got this real interesting vibe going on, and already you've got like, yeah, you pretty much got the whole female cast set up. You've got Lasara, you've got her sister, you've got Ryosuke, her name eludes me right now, Ryosuke's childhood friend, and then you got this, and then you see all four of them in that picture, Iria, who is the idol that apparently is involved as well. She's a Shinigami as well. So you have all these things happening, and you know this, like I said, this episode was very itchy, but it just goes to show you that you get this kind of bond happening between Lasara and Ryosuke. And I just gotta say one thing about this. She's gotta be the most hottest Shinigami I've ever seen. Maybe more hotter than Rukia. Yeah. Yeah. And this show kind of feels like that kind of thing. I mean, they're supposedly Shinigamis, but it's Ichi kind of thing going on here. So, yeah. But, yeah, that's all I really got for you guys for today. This has been Evil King of Anime Versus. Check out this show. It's Ichi, I know that, but it's got a feel to it. I got some big hopes for this show. I hope to see some interesting happenings as we move on. But that's all I got for you guys. Like I said, it's Evil King of Anime Versus. 3.5 out of 5. It was good. A lot of Ichi scenes in it. And now the female cast has been taken care of, and we'll see what happens next week. Next week should be interesting. Iria being in the school, and now, something interesting is definitely going to go down. So, I will see you guys.